Kennedy Futon Studios.
Hi everybody and welcome to Inside UX UI. My name is Danny and today I'm back with another video about the mobile login screen with floating labels and password verification, and maybe also a tiny look or overview about things which changed in Axure RP9, or at least for the beta version. But I don't want to give a detailed overview or so. I'm just go over a few little minor things, and I think the biggest thing which changed was actually the interactions panel. But it caused some negative comments on the web, at least what I saw, and I don't really have an opinion on that yet. But let's. In the first part, we will have global setup, the design, the label setup, and in the second part, then we will go on with the actual logic to implement the input verification and also to solve a little tiny problem with the text labels. And yeah, so let's dive in and see what we can do. Okay, now, so I'm in Axure RP9 beta version, and I already set up here a few things. First of all, Google Fonts. I will take some fonts here and then include it into our prototype. Then this site here, it's really useful, Unsplash, and you can get some free images from here, which really look nice. And then some colors here, which you can click here and then you have it in your clipboard. Okay, so we'll start right off here. We delete these pages and call this login. And we want to add an image here, and we will make the dimensions that we can test it on our, at least I can test it on my on my mobile phone. I have a iPhone 7, and for this you need 375 by 667 height, which goes then which matches perfectly the resolution that you have on your iPhone. So I want to have a background image here, and then maybe I use some gradient. Let me sketch out this here very quickly. So where it is here, we need a linear gradients, and I guess I want to go with white. Also select here white, but this time we set the opacity to 0. Maybe something around that. And let me drag out here some guides so we know where to stop. Okay, so now this website here comes handy because we are looking for something sporty here. Yeah, and as you can see, there are a lot of cool images here. We want to have something which is more in portrait mode than in landscape mode. So this looks actually quite nice. So download this one. Take this photo now and open it in Photoshop so we can adjust the size how we need it, like so. And maybe like this. And we to export it. And image. Now double click here on the and select our background image here. So now that I look at it, if I want to add some text here and proceed with some images here or with some information and then the input fields and so on, maybe we should have an image here which this woman here is more downwards. So I don't know, maybe we can achieve something here. Unfortunately, we cannot. We have somehow to make a selection here, because as you have these edges here and it's not pure white, so let's do this here real quick. Add another layer here, and now let's see if this is already working somehow. Nope, but I like the style somehow. If we maybe we don't even need the background here anymore. Remove that. Maybe we just cut this out here. And then we make a PNG out of it. Still higher than our phone here. So let's see what we have. Like that, and then maybe delete that, and we add a background here. And we set, bring this to front, our gradient. And we have the corona, not much. So let's bring this in here. Wait. I think the problem is that's actually a PNG and not a JPEG anymore. But, you know. It's still quite big actually. I didn't thought that. So this goes front. Actually, we maybe want to go even with the whole fill here, instead of having just a gradient. Maybe we could use this here as in a background, let's say solid here. Oh. This one. What is happening? Okay. Let's bring down the opacity a bit. like so. We can adjust this later on anyway. And now we need our text here again, saying sign in, and maybe we use for that another font. And now we need some lines. Maybe we also make a little grid here, or at least the borders or the left and rights. So we have something that we can use as our borders here. Then I'll move this guide here, right there. This one here. Unfortunately, you cannot move the guides here per with the value. You always have to drag it here, and yeah, you see it should be at 20 pixels, but maybe if you zoom in, there you go. Okay.
This shit right here, it's called a blue tape. It's that feel good shit.
So let's see how this looks. Looks like that. Okay. Yeah, I think we can work with that. So okay. So what we want to do now, prepare our prototype so that if a user here, let me hear, my phone is always ringing here. If the user here hits the input field or a text field, we want the label here to go up, and on lost focus the label should come back. So for that, I'll let me just quickly arrange the label here. Now we have to style our input field here. Maybe we also increase here the height, maybe even 5. So, and we want to remove this stroke here, and color should be transparent, and leave this like it is here because we want to grab our email text, and we want to bring down the size 13, let's say 13, and then we go black, and perhaps we could also change this to regular. Yeah, and here we want to also use Montserrat and also regular, and this would be an input type of email. And now the next the next thing I would suggest is to grab some paper and a pen and take a look here on the values, on the X and Y values. We have here 30, 29. Should actually be, oh, let's leave it by 29. So 29 X position and 315 Y. This is the big one, and the small one is 29, of course, 29, and then 280 Y. Good, so now that we have this, we can go here and rename this, and we say text field email, and this here is our email label. Okay, and now we want to add an action, and we say on focus we want to move this widget, which is the label email. Then we change this to 2, and we have here still 29 in the X position, 280 in Y. And we want to animate this, and we'll leave this 200 milliseconds. Click OK. And we, of course, also want to change the look of this email label. So we say that we set text of the label email to a rich text, so we can actually change it. And we said we want to be smaller, and we want to be black, and we want it to be regular, like so. Let's see. So let's see what we have here. We can delete this one. We save this, and we say login. And now testing here. All right. So what we now need to do, we want to reverse that action if I'm lost focus of this text input field here. And for that, we make another interaction here. We say on lost focus. And on lost focus, we want to move our email label here to the X position, and the Y position, this Y should be 315. And we want to animate this, say OK. And then we also need to set the text again to like it is right now here. And that seems to be okay. Okay, so we have now on focus and on lost focus. So I would say, let's see what we have. On focus, on lost focus. All right. Now, I will do the same for our password here and come back when I'm done. Okay, so I'm back now, and I did also the password change here. So if we take a look now in our preview, We have here the labels who move accordingly. If I focus, it goes up, and I'm on low focus, it goes down, and the text becomes bigger again. So let me actually check that on my phone that I have here. For this, we need, of course, to set up our Google Fonts here. Just go to Montserrat and select this font here. Go to Customize, and we have regular. What do you have? A regular. We have like this is the only bold here that we have. Centered, yes. Okay then, so regular, light, and bold. Go back and copy this URL here, and then we go to publish and publish to Axure, and we go to the fonts tab here and say so that, and add our URL here, and page, that should be fine. So let me pause this and then come back again with hopefully of a screen recording of my prototype on Axure, or with the Axure app. So now we're taking a look at what we have, and this is how it looks. And our text labels are working. And in the next video, we will do all the rest of this. So we will have, you know, if you see here, if you start to type something and you go to the next input field, you will see here in the in the email field that the email label just came back and now is behind the actual text or the email address we want to enter here. So we will address that in the next video, and also do some verification here if we have the right password or not, for example. And so stay tuned for the next video, and see you then.